What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. There were some good proms, there were some bad proms, but almost every year there is a movie prom that we all want to replicate. So we've managed to collect the best ones into a list. The more iconic the movie or TV show, the more iconic the prom. So, without further ado, here are the 10 most memorable movie TV prom scenes. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 10. The Kissing Booth Prom. We've talked about Noah and Elle extensively already, and now it's time to talk about the most iconic moment of the entire movie. We included it on this list because it coincided with the time Noah professed his love to Elle in front of the entire school.
In front of everyone, I'm telling you that I love you.
So, what did Elle do? Even though he appeared on the actual kissing booth that Elle and Lee organized, she still wasn't happy with Noah. Elle just couldn't continue hurting the people in her life because of Noah. Immediately after, she ran away and Lee and Rachel followed suit, leaving Noah all alone in the kissing booth. He was heartbroken, even after having expressed his true feelings. Even though the prom didn't end on a high note like it began, Elle and Noah still worked things out after Elle confessed her true feelings to him in the car, and all while thinking that was Lee beside her. Number 9. Mean Girls Prom. The movie about all the problems that teenage girls face during college became a household name. Because the movie was so good, it goes without saying that the prom was good as well. The prom starts with Katie Heron walking in at prom with a bunch of her friends dressed as casually as ever. Then the host announced the prom king. While expecting some of the mean girls on the stage to win the title of prom queen, we heard Katie Heron's name. The last speech she gave tied the whole movie together, and it ended the movie on a friendly note. She took the crown, broke it up into smaller pieces, and gave everyone a little part of the crown. We teared up a little when she said that every girl should smash that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, she actually said that every girl is a queen. After all, we all know how hard high school can be. Number 8. Blockers Prom.
The fuck? Smirking little piece of shit.
This is not your typical prom. It's a bunch of parents, the blockers, that are out to find and deal with the dates of their daughter's prom dates. And when John Cena plays one of the dads, you just know you're going to have an epic prom movie. At first, he attacked a random kid at the prom that had a man bun, just like the date his daughter went out with. The culmination came when Hunter saw his daughter kissing a guy she didn't want to. The girl clearly did it because of peer pressure, and her dad saw the whole thing. He intended on grabbing the guy by the neck, but a glowing foot smacked him in the face. Both her dad and the dancing kid, who thought had his 5 minutes of fame, were on the floor. The chipped tooth was the cherry on top.
This is my moment.
You ruined my moment!
Fuck your moment.
Number 7. Carrie Prom. We've had some cool proms, we've had some romantic proms, and we've had some funny proms, so it would only be appropriate to include something gruesome. When Carrie White, the girl with the telekinetic powers, became prom queen, we thought, here's a happy ending to a rather gruesome movie. But boy, were we wrong. Some of the girls pulled a prank on her and dropped a bucket of pig's blood on her just as they placed the crown on her head. Furious at all the people laughing at her, she closed all the doors with her mind and burned the place to the ground. The whole ending had this weird goth feel at the end. Number 6. High School Musical 3 Prom.
Taylor McKessie, will you please be my date to the senior prom?
When it comes to high school rom-coms, it doesn't get any better than High School Musical. This thing was a revolution back in the early 2000s, and that's why we had to include it on this list. The third installment of this movie had the high school students preparing for prom, and it all started when Chad asked Taylor McKessie to be his prom date. As soon as she said yes, they all burst out singing and dancing, and it was one of the most memorable prom scenes in the entire movie. They managed to include everything from picking out the dress, getting the tux, doing the hair, shaving, meeting the parents, and renting out a limo. And they did everything in less than 5 minutes. Now that's what you call a fast prom. Number 5. Legacies Prom.
God save the prom queen, teenage daydream, just enough.
Legacies is also one of our current favorites, and we loved what they did with the prom in the very first season. The prom started off with the couples walking down the stairs and entering the prom. Josie and Penelope were the first of the gang to walk down, and when one of the coolest moments came, it was when Park told Josie that she believes in her. However, when it came for Hope's turn to walk down the stairs, Landon abandoned her when he found out she was keeping a pretty juicy secret from him. And that's when Roman stepped in at the very last moment and walked her down the stairs.
I can't do this.
Just 5 more minutes. Get through this and it'll...
Number 4, To All the Boys Prom. Finally, we have the moment we've all been waiting for. Lara and Peter finally get to go to the prom together. Now, we know the movie just came out, but we just couldn't resist not putting this prom on the list. The whole movie revolves around it, but there was this moment when Peter became prom queen and kind of forgot about Lara. And when he came back, they had this sensitive moment when they slow danced, which was pretty awesome.
Better.
Number 3, Back to the Future Prom. The Back to the Future franchise was one of the most popular movies of all time. Morty went, well, back to the future and somehow managed to mess up the timeline. His teenage mom was falling in love with him instead of his dad. This almost killed him, but in the end, his dad stepped up his game. He came through as the knight in shining armor, rescuing his damsel in distress, and the rest, as they say, is history. Oh, and we can't forget about that sweet guitar solo that Morty did at the end of the prom, even though everyone was looking at him like he was a whack job. Number 2, Twilight Prom. Back in 2008, this movie was all the rage, and we basically lost it when we saw Edward ask Bella to the prom. She wasn't this perfect girl that you see in every other prom, nor was he the perfect date. They were both imperfect, but they still accepted each other. And at the end of the day, that's what really matters, right? The special moment came when Edward and Bella were slow dancing outside, and Bella said that she wanted to be with him forever. We gulped and held our breath as Edward leaned in to bite her neck and turn her into a vampire, but he didn't. They just decided that spending a long and happy life together would be enough.
Is it not enough just to have a long and happy life with me?
Number 1, Riverdale Prom. Finally, we come to the most memorable proms on this list, the prom from Riverdale. We've been waiting for it for about 4 seasons now, and it would have been 3, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, back to the prom. First of all, we really appreciated the fact that they named 2 prom queens, which Choni became the very first ever gay couple to win prom night.
Tony and I are being named Riverdale High's first openly gay royal couple.
As the 2 queens invited Archie and the gang to join the dance, the slow music cut to some fast-paced music, which all of the students enjoyed. They didn't even pay attention to the video, but this is where they showed another victim falling prey to the gang of murderers. The gang immediately noticed them and smashed the projector. All in all, it was a Riverdale classic, romantic with a mix of gruesome. On a related note, we wanted to know which of these prom scenes were your actual favorite. You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.